Toni, Traci, Towanda, Trina, Tamar, and Miss E will teach you a thing or two. Braxton Family Values. I almost forgot about Braxton Family Values, y'all. Y'all, my fan on in the background. That's what you hear, darling. Got a couple of reviews to get out. So, it began with Toni Braxton. She met up with Trina Braxton at the Sister Circle. Y'all know that's Trina's new job is at the Sister Circle. If y'all see me looking back and forth, I'm just watching Portia Williams' special. Portia's having a baby on Bravo. So I'm just going back and forth because I'm going to review that after I review this. Okay. So my room used to be clean. I used to be able to see over the darn thing, but nah, it's a different situation. Okay, so anyway, like I said, Toni met up with Trina at the Sister Circle. You know, they were interviewing her. I saw the interview way back when, months ago, I believe. I didn't know they was actually filming for the Real Housewives. Sorry, I didn't know they was actually filming for Braxton Family Values. So yes. Oh, little side note: Tamar Braxton is not. According to the sources now, Tamar Braxton is not going to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12. I think that's a good thing because Lord knows her and Nene's personality, those two queens together, those two drag queens together. And you know, she just got back cool with Candy, that old R&B beef. So, I mean, it's a good thing that she's not going to be on the season. But I don't know, things could change. We'll see. If you wave that enough money in her face, you know, anybody will say, hey, I'm on the show. So we don't know. But we'll see. Hopefully not, though. But the Braxton Family Values, her contract is up this time. So I don't know if she's going to continue doing Braxton Family Values. I don't know if the sister's going to continue with the show. I don't know. As long as they continue to do the show, I will review it. Just because I just love the Braxtons. But I don't really see where else they can go with the show, to be honest with you. They done did all the drama. They done had all the mess. I mean, where else you can go? They are finally seem somewhat solid in their sisterhood now. So why mess it up again? But, you know, like I said, you wave that old green in front of somebody's face, child, they'll come up with something to talk about. So anyway, you know, they're talking and, you know, they're asking Toni about her luggage. And she says, what happened with the training case is that, you know, I put my engagement ring in my case. And then they told me to put it on the overhead. So I put it up there and I left it there and I forgot that it was there. Toni was saying the people was online was saying all kinds of, you know, mean stuff, saying she's stupid and all kinds of stuff. But I always say this every single day: the internet is a blessing and a curse. Absolutely, 100%. Because it's ridiculous. It is. It's pretty messed up. You know, just people just coming for her for that. I just think that's, you know, unfair. Everybody makes mistakes. Or was it a storyline situation? We don't know. She talked to Trina a little later on, and she was just like, you know, she just kind of wished that her and Birdman would have eloped. Trying not to sneeze. Would have eloped instead of, you know, kind of just doing it this way. Because, you know, it's prolonged now, and, you know, more things have been added onto their schedule. So, you know, they're kind of like super busy right now. So it's just a lot going on. I don't know if they're ever going to get married. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. They could have been got married and just had a big ceremony later, but you know, it's all about the stunts and the shows and the attention and the glamour and impressing people. And so, I don't know. I just don't know. That should be the name of this episode. I don't know. So yeah, so you know, they're talking and, you know, they're talking about you know, how Trina's feeling, you know, Gabe, you know, he's since passed away. That was the one thing that I forgot in my last review of Braxton Family Values. Rest in peace to Gabe Solis, passing away from, you know, cancer. And, you know, bless his family, bless his heart. That is absolutely terrible. and just bless him and you know, all of his family, and that includes Trina Braxton. So yeah, you know, she's dealing with that and talking with him about that. Towanda also met up with Trina, and they talked about that, you know, just to see how she's doing and stuff. You know, it's just really sad to talk about. What else they talked about? They talked about Toni. Nobody knows what's going on with Birdman and Toni. Nobody knows. Anybody know? Nobody knows. Now, Towanda introduced Sean again to Miss Evelyn. Y'all know Sean worked on their first album, the Braxtons, back in '96. And so, you know, it was nice to see Miss E. She figured it out, you know, that they was together, and she approved. Hell, I mean, I don't understand why it's such a big deal now. All y'all in y'all 40s and 50s, who gives a rat's? Like, child, introducing to the parents and all this stuff. I mean, it's cute, I guess, but hell, once I get that age, I'm like, whatever. This my man, mama, whatever, you know. So I don't know, but it's cute, I guess. What else happening? So the main thing in this episode was Tamar. So Tamar ended up calling Traci and was just like, "Hey Traci, what you doing? What's tea?" It's just like, "Hey girl, I want you to open up for my show. I'm having 2 shows in New York. One in New York. I'm having 2 shows, one in New York, one in DC, their hometown." And so it was just like, yes. It was just like, okay, I'll think about it. Now, Traci's feeling 2 kinds of ways about this. And she has every right to feel 2 kinds of ways about this. Because, you know, Traci has not necessarily had the best experience when it comes to possibly being on tour with her sisters. Y'all know what happened, you know, last time in that whole situation. So she's feeling, you know, I don't know. Should I do this? Should I not? I don't know. So, you know, they're talking, and Traci decides that she'll go ahead and do it. So we find out that Tamar has an issue with Traci's manager, Cliff. And Tamar's issue with Cliff is that she feels like Cliff played a large role in having Traci feel some kind of way when the tour got canceled. Because they tried to say that it was because of Tamar. At first they said it was because of Tamar. Then Toni came out and just deleted the tour altogether. Ended up getting SWV. So we don't really know. They're saying it's just management, and Tamar is determined to work on her sisterhood. And she was just like, you know, I'm tired of these people trying to come between our sisterhood and all this kind of stuff. And I love you, Traci Braxton. Whoop to whoop. She actually left a post that I'm going to talk about after the episode, after this, you know, review a little later on. And so, you know, they was just like, she was like, yeah, you know, whatever, I'll do it. So we get to the first rehearsal day, and somebody sent Cliff a text or said something, and basically, you know, they did not want Cliff on the premises, which is Traci's manager. But as we saw later on, Tamar was able to have all her people there. But Traci didn't have any kind of, you know, nobody to back her up. So basically, whatever the situation, whatever Tamar wanted, Traci just had to tag along and just be happy to be there, you know. Cliff, he ended up leaving, and Traci was in rehearsal. You know, we got to see Traci's grandbaby and the other girls' great nephew, adorable little Kevin the Third, I believe. And so, you know, they were, you know, talking and having a moment. So then, you know, that was for, I believe, the New York show. So they ended up doing that. And, you know, they kind of went by, you know, somewhat smoothly. So we get to the whole rehearsal for the DC show. They're all on the bus. And apparently nobody told the bus driver exactly where they was going, where the venue was. So there was about 20-25 minutes away from the venue. So they actually had to get off the bus and walk, because, you know, they had a call time and she didn't want to be too late. She was already late. So they ended up just walking to the place. And Traci was there. Now, when Traci got there, Traci didn't have a dressing room. They actually had Traci somewhere. It looked like a closet. I saw mops and brooms in the background or something, I think. I was just like, what is going on? And so they moved Traci to and it was like out in the open. So they moved Traci to a more private area, but that was still out in the open. And she had to get changed, hair, makeup, etc. Like they had Traci in the basement, while Tamar had her own dressing room, etc., etc. I don't really understand that. The only way that I can understand that is if Tamar asked Traci to be on her tour last minute, and everything was already set up the way that it was set up, and she asked her just last minute, just open up for me, and that's it. And Tamar just didn't think about the details. But I don't understand that. Like, how you gonna have your sister in the basement somewhere, and you have your own dressing room? Like, I understand you're the main artist, you're the opening act, not the opening act, you're the main artist, there, whatever. I understand it's your show, but even opening acts have their own dressing room. And seeing as how this your sister, why she just couldn't be in your dressing room with you? If instead of her being in a closet somewhere, I didn't understand that. I really, really didn't. And Traci, she even had a conversation with her husband later on and said, yeah, they would have did Toni like that, which they wouldn't have. You think Toni would have getting dressed just in a closet somewhere while Tamar has the big room? Hell no. So comparing Toni Braxton's artistry, achievements, etc. to Traci Braxton, it's not what I'm trying to do, but I'm just saying, like, fair is fair and right is right, and that's your sister. So anyway, Traci getting ready to go out on stage. She ended up sucking it up, not saying nothing. Traci ended up going on stage, and while she's performing, I don't know what song she was performing, but while she was performing, it sounded cool though. It was on her album. While she was performing, backstage is chaos. Now apparently one of Tamar's gays, because she have a new slew every time we see Tamar, she got a new group of gays around. Never any women that she's close to, just all women, all men. So one of somebody who works on Tamar's team ended up walking up to Cliff and telling him that, hey, you can and obviously he got these instructions from Tamar. Similar situation how way back when her sisters came out on stage, she had her sisters escorted out, and she tried to make it seem like it wasn't her, it was her team, but they work for you, right? You give orders to them and they do what you say, right? So they didn't. Okay, so same situation. Tamar went to go tell Cliff, Traci's manager, to that you can watch the show from the audience, basically. Like, I understand y'all may have an issue with Cliff, but I just felt like that was rude and unnecessary. Cliff wasn't bothering nobody. He was just sitting there chilling. So they end up getting into a bad argument. Cliff ended up calling the guy a faggot. I was like, Lord Jesus. And, pretty much just went off from there. They had to escort Cliff off because Cliff was hot. And I understand him being mad. I do. And, Tamar, when she do Love and War, a lot of times she call audience members up, and she calls, or if her sisters are there or whatever, her team, she'll call them up and sing. So Traci was there. She wanted Traci to come up and sing like she did at the New York show, but Traci was gone. She exited the premises, darling. Traci was gone. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, Lord have mercy. I don't know. I need more of a backstory. I don't know. Maybe Cliff is shady. Maybe Cliff do a lot of unnecessary, shady, messy stuff. Maybe he do. But one thing I have seen is that Cliff definitely has Traci's back. And I feel like Cliff is a good manager to Traci. I am not. That has nothing to do with him being a good person. I don't know him, but I'm just saying, Cliff. He seems like a good manager to Traci, and this is another situation where Traci got slighted. I just like how you invite somebody on your tour, but they ain't got their own dressing room. That's just crazy to me. I don't. And then that's your sister on top of that. Y'all both women. Why couldn't she just be in your dressing room with you changing? That's what I don't get. But okay. The episode went off from that. But what I wanted to read to y'all was from Instagram. Tamar left this on her Instagram. She said, this is a picture of her kissing Traci. She says, I don't care who did or said what, negative outside influences could never get me to stop trying to fix the gift of sisterhood that God has blessed us with. I have absolutely no pride, and I humbly apologize for however I have wronged you and promise to always try and do my part and never stop trying. I'm super proud of my big sister. I love you. At the real Traci Braxton. Since this wasn't and never is the scene, this is the next best thing. And Tamar has said multiple times that, you know, she feels like the WeTV or the producers or whatever show her in a bad light and all that kind of situation. I don't know. I do feel like Tamar and all of them, I feel like is trying, which is great. You know, I don't want them to lose their sisterhood or lose their love, which they could never do. Sisters argue and fight all the time, but you know, they always gonna be there for one another. But yeah. It's yeah, just an odd situation for me. Just a trip. I just don't understand it. Why couldn't Traci just be in the room with Tamar? Tamar has all the support. Her whole team, about 9 queens running behind her. Like, why couldn't Tamar have any? Why couldn't Traci have any support there? Anybody on her team? You know? Or is it just Cliff? She got more than just Cliff, right? I saw her husband, you know, he was backstage. Mikey, he was there. Their brother. That's cool. I'm just saying, like, you once again, you got your people there protecting you in case something going down, passing messages that, you know, that you want to send that you ain't sending. But Traci just supposed to sit back and just be happy to be there and just have no management and no nothing. Like, I don't know. I don't even think Toni would have been that shady. I don't know. You know, I don't want to say that Tamar is the only reason, is the reason that Traci did not get to be on the tour with her and Toni. But the tour fell through anyway. So, I don't know. I don't know all the tea. I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know. I just don't know. I just review this show, and what I read is what I read, and what I see is what I see, and then I form an opinion on it, and there you go. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all know more. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chasing on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. See you guys later.